going to do in this class. We'll do 1 or 2 recipes where you actually have a written recipe. But this is an advanced class, and part of the thing of cooking is you got to be able to think about what you're making and imagine how is this all going to go together. Every class will make 1 or 2 recipes from a written recipe. Depending on how time works out, we'll always do at least one where I will describe to you what the recipe is like and how it works. And I'll make sure I have all the ingredients and everything, and then you guys get to put it together. The nice thing is there's not a right or a wrong, right? This is what Corey was saying before, is that, maybe it doesn't come out exactly right. If this were a baking class, maybe we couldn't do that. So what I want to teach you guys about, well, about cooking in general, but especially about Italian cooking. We have this tendency to think of Italian cooking as pasta with different kinds of sauces on it, or really heavy things with creams. And we learned a little bit in the first class that there's actually a lot more that you can do than that. There are vegetable dishes and different ways of doing things, and not all sauces are big and heavy. And the thing about Sicily is it's a very agrarian culture and economy. I mean, if you look at Sicily, it's all just fields and it's agriculture and people growing things and lots of livestock, but they're simple folk and they have a poor tradition. So the people there have these really basic poor recipes, and the first one we're going to do today, this pasta alla carottiere. Let's start by getting a pot of water boiling on each station.
Oh, have you ever thought of that?
The pasta is going to all be well lubricated, right? And I mean, but it goes a long way too. 3 or 4 tablespoons would be better. I mean, 4 tablespoons is a quarter cup. Yeah. But don't let it get saute it really light. I'm so excited to make the red sauce
so
and do
this
this pasta.
Costco's brand.
This is, which I really like.
I've never used it.
It's
it
good
wasn't
stuff.
on the list.
But approved pasta.
It's not as good as Da Vinci, but it's all right. It's good stuff.
Okay. I'm not going to swap it. Thank you.
A little more. Spatula?
Bigger, longer. Well, that'll work. I'm not picky.
I'll say I've got spoons as well if you need any.
Okay, so you guys are doing half and half, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty coarse. You know, it's okay. But
We like it chunky. Especially the cooked one. I like the cooked one chunky.
yeah, with the cooked one, that's not a problem. With the raw one, you can get into some trouble if you have big pieces because it can kind of wipe you out. You don't want that garlic to brown too much. Like you guys are getting really close right here. And the thing is, once the garlic starts browning, you want to take it off the heat. But because that oil is still hot, even if it's off the heat, the oil is going to keep cooking the garlic. So if you let it get right to where it's all the way done, and then take it off, it's going to cook a little bit more. Not a catastrophic thing, doesn't mean you throw it away and start over, but it's something you need to be aware of, so you can actively choose which you want your garlic to be like.
Right, that was great.
Julie too, she cut out the next day.
No, it's using his Tupperware take home.
That's true. Oh, that's what I forgot.
No, he just
Because that one's for the other recipe. That one's for the one with the potatoes and the cream.
Chili pepper, do you which one's hotter? Do you have a preference?
I love them especially.
I'm sure the cayenne is hotter, especially
Because you know, if you got
we're
a
not
star
cooking
grater
the-
with nutmeg, you're kind of grinding, you always lose half your nutmeg.
So should we go with the more mild?
Wonderful with these, it just makes them nice.
How about half and half? I like it.
G-E-G-Y-G-I.
Yeah.
You know
Don't
what
lick
that
your
is?
fingers.
It's all gnarled and it looks like a walnut, but it's oblong in shape. The 2 cheeses that are listed there. On the recipe you've got pecorino listed and also Parmesan listed. Now technically the word Parmesan is the Americanized version of the cheese Parmigiano Reggiano. And Parmigiano Reggiano is a cheese that is made by definition in the Parma region of Italy. The Parma region of Italy in the city of Reggio, right? So Parmigiano Reggiano, it's that area right there. And there's a very particular process for making it, and they use whey from particular cows, and they feed cows particular food, and so it's a very, very tightly controlled thing. There's actually an Italian organization that tracks that and makes sure that it's adhering to standards. It takes a couple of years to make. If Parmesan cheese isn't made there, it's Parmesan, not Parmigiano Reggiano. Okay, and it's made with cow's milk. So the real Parmigiano Reggiano was only made in that region of Italy. Anything that's made in a similar process with a similar taste will mimic it, but is not really Parmigiano Reggiano, so they call it Parmesan. So that's the difference between Parmigiano Reggiano and Parmesan. But Pecorino is a Parmesan-like cheese that's made with sheep's milk. Because pecora in Italian means sheep, and so Pecorino cheese is sheep's, or goat, well, sheep's milk. No, pecora? Yeah, sheep's milk. Okay? And so it's a similar cheese, but made with a different kind of milk. So it has a little bit of a different flavor. For most of the stuff that we do, we won't notice a difference in the flavors. They're going to be very, very similar in flavor.
Oh, did you only have the one time?
We'll start here.
If you guys want, grab some plates and
Yeah.
start dishing.
Put them out right there. Okay. So we need to add the cheese, yeah?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Can't forget the cheese.
Put some more salt in that, it'll be better.
Okay, this one though, like it doesn't have any salt, it doesn't have any pepper, it doesn't have any red pepper.
Right? It's really nice. And you don't get a simpler, quicker sauce.